I'm at Whole Foods in Los Angeles. I'm traveling. I'm gonna show you my meat haul. Let's go get it. Meat and organs are the center of my diet. This is how I'm gonna do it in Los Angeles. Let's go. So in here, they've got some heart. They got some other organs, some kidney. They even got a tongue, look at that. I've got a pressure cooker, a crock pot at the Airbnb. I can make some tongue, let's go. Looks like they're sold out of liver. I've actually been to 3 Whole Foods in Los Angeles today, and they're all sold out of liver. The movement is happening. People are catching on. It makes me happy. Butcher Counter doesn't have a ton of grass-fed beef right now, but they've got grass-fed New York strip, grass-fed ribeye. They've got grass-fed 85-15 ground beef. That's the staple. So I'm gonna get a couple of ground beefs. When I'm looking for meat, I'm always looking for the fattiest cuts of meat. I'm looking for the fattiest ground beef that I can get. I don't fear animal fats. Traditionally, in mainstream nutritional culture, we've been told that animal fat is bad for you. I think animal fat is some of the best, healthiest food for you, full of fat-soluble nutrients like vitamin E, vitamin K2. Animal fats in general also contain stearic acid, an 18-carbon saturated fatty acid that's been shown in human studies to kind of affect mitochondria, the energy plant in your cells positively to turn on fat burning. In animal studies clearly leads to reduction of visceral fat when animals are given stearic acid, which is found in animal fat. Thus, 85-15 ground beef, not 93-7. I don't want the leaner ground beef, I want the fattier ground beef. To mix it up, I also like to get some lamb. So I get some ground lamb. I'll get some rib chops from lamb too. Let me talk to you guys about what I'm not getting from meat. Chicken is okay, they've got organic chicken here, but I'm not a huge fan of chicken. I feel like red meat, whether it's beef or bison or lamb, is more nutritious, more nutrient rich, and it has more fat. And the chicken that's here, even though it's organic, is fed corn and soy. And that corn and soy leads to accumulation of linoleic acid, which is the thing I don't like in seed oils, in the chicken fat. Chicken is an animal food. It's better than processed garbage foods. It's just not my favorite choice of meat. So when I have a choice, I'm not gonna get chicken. I'm just gonna avoid it. I don't do stuff like this with sauces. I'm not a fan of this kind of thing, because if you look at the sauces, I mean, it looks like it's gonna taste good, but you read the ingredients and it's inevitably full of stuff that I don't wanna eat. This has soybean oil in the actual marinade. I don't wanna mess up my meat. My meat is what's nutritious. The organs are what's nutritious. That's what I want, and I'm gonna season them with a good salt, and I'll show you how I get a salt. I'm also not a huge fan of the sausages. They're better than garbage processed foods, but the ingredients are just not great. There's always stuff that sneaks into these. Bacon and pork, it's delicious. I eat it occasionally, but when I do eat pork, I try and get pork that's grass-fed and grass-finished or pastured. Just like chicken, I'm not a huge fan of pork that's fed corn and soy, because that corn and soy is high in polyunsaturated fats, that linoleic acid that accumulates in the pork fat. It tastes good, but I don't want large amounts of linoleic acid in my diet, so I generally steer away from pork unless I know that it's really, really good pastured pork that is not fed corn and soy. In terms of salt, I like the texture of the Maldon sea salt flakes. That'll bring out the flavor in the meat. How I season my meat, I don't use pepper, I just use salt. I don't use a lot of other herbs and spices, I just use salt because I want to taste the meat. I actually had a chef tell me once that salt enhances the flavor of what you're cooking, and pepper changes the flavor of what you're cooking. I don't want to change the flavor of my meat. I want to taste the meat, so I just season it with salt. And thankfully, I've also got some Lineage beef sticks that I brought with me, because it's hard to find organs sometimes. These are convenient when I'm traveling, when I'm filming, between surfing or working out. These are grass-fed beef, grass-fed heart, and grass-fed liver. Look at the ingredients. Absolutely no bullshit. I wouldn't stand for it otherwise. I built these myself, guys. Grass-fed beef, heart, vinegar, liver, sea salt, and a beef collagen casing right there. So between my meat haul here at Whole Foods with some organs and sea salt and my Lineage beef sticks, I'm set. I can do the stuff I need to do in Los Angeles, do some content, get a little surfing in, get some workouts, do some podcasting. That's what's up. That's how I travel, guys. Hopefully this video is helpful. Give us a like, subscribe at the Lineage Provisions channel. We'll put the links to all of our stuff in the description. Follow us at Lineage Provisions on socials and lineageprovisions.com if you want to get some of the best meat sticks on the planet. Eat like a human and thrive.